Alowa was diagnosed with liver cancer in December 1998. She died on February 19, 1999. She attributes her cancer, as well as others among the people who used Northeast Cape, to the poisoning caused by the military. She asks all people of good conscience to carry on, to hold the military accountable for responsible cleanup of Northeast Cape.
I don't want any one of you guys to point at each other, but work together and clean it up for our sake.
We heard that there was oil under the ground, batteries under the ground, and they didn't clean up their mess.
Alaska has 700 formerly used defense sites, former military bases. And we have 2 on St. Lawrence Island.
Tama na nasuksuko taksik mang at kalre sangwa. Tama na sangwa nasuksuko matin kwali sa kufot. Ulal re tagani ngani kidoy sa kasaki na kaskaktok cancer tingoksok sangwa asaki na avisal re kasagotoka. Tarnokat askariagotot askasakatang noktoki.
I still think about this island just like our farm. It's our bake farm. We survive by marine mammal, plants. It's just like a farm.
Annie Alowa, a former health aide from Savunga, tried to get help for our people for 20 years. She started noticing a lot of cancer, low birth weight babies, miscarriages, thyroid disease, illnesses never seen before on our, in our people.
They lost quite a bit of fuel when I worked with them, Like, they don't report it. One time they lost about 180,000 gallons of fuel. And when the Air Force left, we lost about 40,000 gallons. About a quarter mile out in the mouth of that Sucre River, about 1.5 to 2 inches, there's nothing but fuel. The ice was still there, the shore ice. Lots of fuel went out in the Sucre River.
Our research has shown that our people have 10 times higher PCB levels than the average American not exposed.
My name is David Carpenter. I'm a professor of environmental health and toxicology, as well as the director of the Institute for Health and the Environment at the University at Albany in Albany, New York. The people in Gamble have about 6 parts per billion of PCBs in their blood. And that should be compared to a value of about 1.5 parts per billion in the general US population for people that don't have unusual exposure. The people that go to the Northeast Cape and live in Savunga have on average 9 parts per billion, significantly higher either than their colleagues that live in Savunga and especially the colleagues that live in Gamble.
We lost so many of our people now to cancer, maybe we're breathing some of the contaminated oil, they dump into our ground. We would like them to come back and clean it up, All that oil is still down there on top of the permafrost, You may not see it, but it's below in there on top of the permafrost,
Our main goal is to have a proper and responsible cleanup of these contaminated sites that we're seeing, not only to better the health of our people, but also our future generations.